Hi. So, I've been thinking a little bit or a lot about trauma and our relationship to it. And as we explore trauma a little bit more, and specifically through the mental and emotional body and how it correlates and penetrates with the energetic and the physical body. Really we are one whole being, an integrated whole being. So it's kind of impossible to separate our various parts. But, for the sake of deconstructing to learn information, that's what we've been doing. And one of the things about trauma is because it's so intense and extreme, our human habit is to either continue to create scenarios in our life that hope to protect us from traumas. And then also as yogis, we're really on the quest to free the body from the samskaras of trauma so that whole health and wellness can be. And while both of those are worthy efforts, they're not always possible. And in a way, that impossibility of completely freeing us from our traumas and samskaras, although the yoga practices give us many tools to work towards that, there's always going to be a residue of our life experiences that informs us, right? And as we've discussed and been exploring, ideally that residue is one of nourishment and not toxic stress. And so we do all the practices to not be in a trapped state where we're being dragged around by our response from our samskaras or our traumas. But inevitably, and the yoga practices also help us to develop tools so that as life progresses and we have these experiences that we can interpret as traumatic, that we have some tools to work with them. With all that said, I do feel that it's really useful and important for us to recognize that the wisdom that comes in from our traumas has a lot to do with guiding us on our dharmic path. So, right, and I'll say that again. The wisdom that comes through from our samskaras and our traumas and the residue that's, or the taste in our mouth that's left over from these various life experiences will set us, if we're having a healthy relationship with them, will set us on our dharmic path. And so if dharma is our true purpose for being here, or maybe there's a shared dharma that every single human being shares. And that dharma is to enable our life experiences, to guide us towards truth living, and then giving us the practices which enable courage to walk, talk, and put into action that. And the difficult experiences that we have in our life, if seen as part of our natural path, could have a more holistic purpose, and that while we don't want to be bound to them, we are informed by them, and that information becomes wisdom that sets us on our true path. So we don't ever actually want to abolish, ignore, or while we'd like to free ourselves completely, I don't think that we'll be able to, because I think that the traumas or the difficult life experiences are given to us to kind of narrow our pathway a little bit, to set us in the direction that we're meant to be on in this incarnation. So karma is less of a life sentence or punishment. Specifically, the karma that comes in with trauma. But it's more of a guiding pathway or road to be on our purposeful path in this incarnation. We will discuss this much more when we're looking at the soul body and when we explore karma and the various types of karma, and that's to come in a few weeks down the line. But in essence, our challenging and traumatic life experiences, when we can pull out the nourishment and the wisdom from those and live consistently checking back in with that wisdom, it really does guide us towards why we're here. And all these questions of what's my purpose, what am I here to do, start to get answered for us through some of these experiences. Okay.